Hi there Diecast fans, what we have here is a 2003 Honda Accord 2-door diecast model in 1/24 scale from Muscle Machines. Wow, everything is big and flashy onto this diecast model. Now it's quite common to see a street racer diecast in any scale, especially in the early 2000s. And if you're just nuts about modified street tuner cars, there's only one brand that stands out: Honda. And if you mention Civics, Integras, NSX, RSX, S2000s, Type Rs, oh yeah. But Honda Accord is just okay, especially in diecast form, which is not on everybody's list. However, Muscle Machines want to prove that there is something to like about the Honda Accord in diecast form, and how they pull it off to grab every diecast model enthusiast is insane. I mean, I've never gave Honda Accord a second look until I saw this diecast and was surprised that this is a Honda Accord. Anyway, let's take a look on the awesomeness of this diecast. So, this diecast model is based on the 7th generation Honda Accord that was produced during 2003 to 2007. Front looks decent with some minimal gap issues between the bumper and hood. They've painted the pinhood locks as well as the Honda logo. Headlights looks nice with no visible pegs. Bumper is a separate piece. And I like there are air vents on both sides that adds detail for this model. They've also put an amber fog lights and front-facing intercooler down below with a ginormous Advan logo. As we pop the hood, there's a written 3-liter V6 V-Tech above, with some shiny and colorful aftermarket parts like the anti-sway bar and air filter, although the entire engine detail is made out of one plastic slab. Now this part will definitely catch your eye. Take a look on those oversized gold or bronze aftermarket TE37-ish wheels. And don't forget those huge cross-drilled rotor discs. Paint finish and detailing for the wheels and brakes looks cheap, but it still looks cool. On the side, Muscle Machines also included a pair of tall, separate plastic side skirts and some aftermarket logos. Each a tampo, not a sticker by the way, on both sides of each doors, which was a trend for modified street cars. Now let's go to the party piece of this diecast, and that will be the trunk. Well, the junk in the trunk is not for parties but more for going fast with those pair of purple nitrous tanks. They've also put some labelings on each tanks to add detail, but the trunk opening is quite small, so there's not much to see inside. And not to mention the big white spoiler. It looks plasticky for me, but the taillights are decent and flush to the body. Oh, I almost forgot the Japanese license plate, which is strange since this is a left-hand drive model. On to the interior as we open the door. Well, there's not much to brag about the gray dashboard and door card, although it's got an aftermarket steering wheel and silver pedals. As we go to the red bucket seats with racing harnesses, there is another nitrous tank behind the center console, which is hard to find, but it's there. And I don't know if that is an air tank behind the front seats. Now, the real party piece of this diecast is on the rear passenger area, where there are a lot of subs and amplifiers. Oh yeah, this diecast has a sunroof. Underneath the diecast, well, it's just one black plastic slab, except for the shiny aftermarket twin exhaust system. And by the way, the front wheel can steer left or right. Markings and barcode are also there, and wow, look at those tire treads. Now, for me, this kind of diecast model is quite unique today, since more diecast model makers are focused on exotics and rare JDM cars. I mean, there are some who still make street racers, but not as hyped before back in the early 2000s. And I think what Muscle Machine did to this diecast model is going to be timeless, like muscle cars back then. I don't know if Muscle Machine still makes or exists as a diecast model makers, If you want one, the only way I think is going to the second-hand market, and more likely it's going to be priced as a hard-to-find diecast model. But hey, it's a 124 model with lots of features. Anyway, for our Japanese car aficionados or Honda fans there, it's not a Civic or NSX, but still a cool-looking modified street racer in 124 scale. It is similar to a Jada diecast, but for me, Muscle Machines does it a bit better. So guys, thank you again for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and have a nice day.